The best way to describe a pectoral fly movement is as a big hug. You hold the weight overhead, palms facing inward. You bend your arms slightly, and then try to keep your elbows at about this same angle throughout the exercise. You don't want a lot of bending and straightening of the arms, which involves triceps effort. Instead, you want to lower the weights in a wide arc, feeling the chest muscles stretch, and then bring them up in the same arc, squeezing the pecs together as if you're giving somebody a big bear hug. As with dumbbell presses, you can do dumbbell flies on a flat, an incline, or decline bench, depending on whether you want to focus your training on the middle, upper, or lower area of the pectorals. Remember, flies are an isolation exercise, not one designed primarily for building strength and mass. So keep your weights moderate and develop the intensity you need by very strict technique. Full range of motion, focus and concentration, keeping the mind in the muscle, and training to momentary muscular failure in each set.
When you're doing chest flies off the bench, make sure you don't go beyond that 180-degree angle. Don't go down even further, because what you begin to do is tear and stretch the tissue in the muscle joint at the pec deck area. This can contribute to creating stretch marks on your body, as well as damaging that joint ligament system.
Many people ask me, is there a difference between the way I train and between a man's training? I say, yeah, of course. Very few men I know can bench press 315 pounds.
After rowing exercises, cable crossovers are probably the movement most often done incorrectly in the gym. Bodybuilders frequently make the mistake of bending and straightening their arms during the movement, which takes away from the isolation of the pectorals. They also bring the arms down too much toward their sides, which allows the lats to come into play. Instead, when you do crossovers, you want to feel the chest stretch and contract just as it does with the dumbbell flies. So you need to develop the same hugging movement with your shoulders shrugging all the way back, then coming together in the front to create maximum chest contraction. You work the upper, lower, or middle of the chest with this exercise, depending on how far you bend forward and at what angle you bring your hands together. You can choose the angle that suits you best. But be sure not to drop your elbows too far down toward your sides, so that your lats become involved in this exercise. So isolate the pecs as much as possible and keep muscles like the lats and triceps out of this exercise. The pec deck allows you to perform a kind of machine flying movement. When you train your chest using a pec deck, you're able to work with very strict isolation as well as through a very long range of motion. So this is a great exercise for achieving the maximum of muscular detail and definition. Therefore, to get the most from this machine, you should use a pec deck primarily for lower stress, lighter weight, and higher rep training. Instead of heavy resistance, concentrate on strict technique. Stretch as far back as you can without discomfort. Then bring your arms together and squeeze the pecs at the top of the movement to achieve a maximum peak contraction. Not using too much weight is very important. Adding too many plates to the stack when you train on a pec deck simply puts too much stress on the shoulder joint and the muscles involved and really doesn't give you any added benefit in return. Chest routine number 1. Barbell bench press. 4 sets of 10 reps. Incline dumbbell press. 4 sets of 10 reps. Flat or incline dumbbell flies. 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Cable crossovers. 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Chest routine number 2. Incline barbell press. 4 sets of 10 reps. Flat bench dumbbell press. 4 sets of 10 reps. Dips. 4 sets of 10 reps. Pec deck flies. 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps.